Hate to get all close up in that camera like that. Sorry about that. Okay, boom, boom, bam. Welcome back to another edition of the Great Debate Show. My lighting looks effed up for whatever reason. Or maybe it's just blinding me, I'm not sure. I hope all is well, ladies and gentlemen. Grand Rising Kings and Queens, or to some, good afternoon if you're over on the East Coast. This is the Great Debate Show. If it's your first time joining the Great Debate Show, I hope you enjoy the content that I'm about to bring to you today. And I hope you like it enough to subscribe on YouTube and hit the notification bell to be notified each and every time a new episode is up. And on TikTok, I hope you also like it. If you have never been here before to the Great Debate Show, but you like what you see, hit the follow button. Follow the Great Debate Show here on TikTok and leave comments, like, share this live stream. It'll be highly appreciated, and it really does help us out here at the Great Debate Show in the algorithm department. I have been popping up in some people's algorithm here lately, and I'm very pleased and overwhelmed with joy for some of the people that have been coming in out of Philly and New York and the Seattle, Washington, and LA, just all around. You just never know when you're going to hit somebody's algorithm. And so I just wanted to take the time to say thank you for everybody who has, just seen me pop up and not know who is this guy and what is he talking about. And then they see that, oh, he does football. Oh, he does wrestling also. I'm sold. Oh, he knows boxing. Yeah, so I appreciate everybody that, is pleased with the content that I'm bringing. All I do is just sit up here and give you my opinionated comments and about whatever may be going on with some of the hottest topics around the league, being in the NFL, the NBA, UFC, boxing, WWE, AEW, college football, college basketball, WNBA. Pretty much anything under the sun. And yes, I do consider wrestling a sport also somewhat, whether it's scripted or not. Again, that's it. Just wanted to just say that and take the time and say thank you, everybody. I got a few things to talk about, a few headlines. Michigan is getting the hammer nailed to them continuously as they've got some more penalties and suspensions or whatever and probations and all of that I'm about to give to you. That's the one thing I know y'all have heard me say. For the people that has been here with me before, I'm a Jim Harbaugh guy. Well, this is the one thing I don't like about Jim Harbaugh. He left as soon as it got hot in the kitchen, and he tucked his tail and he ran back to the NFL. He done that because he knew that they were really about to bring the hammer down on the University of Michigan. And what I hate about it is that it's a black coach that took over, from Jim Harbaugh. This really does hurt them. I mean, any success that he may have, and I'm not trying to make this a race thing. It's just, damn, I hate that the brother is the one who got, caught up in this BS. Not saying he didn't play a part to anything. I'm just saying that we know Harbaugh had to know about this signal stealing stuff too. And he's gone. And he doesn't have to really worry about too much. His name is mentioned in here. I'm about to break that down right now. Grand Rising Kings and Queens, or good afternoon to all my Kings and Queens if you're over on the East Coast. I do this weekdays, ladies and gentlemen, noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific. I'm going to hurry up and get started, though, because I can't be here long today. I know I say that a lot, but seriously, I cannot read all the comments. I cannot be here for an hour and a half, 2 hours. I just can't. Got some bills to go pay today, for real, for real. So this may be a 30, 45-minute episode at best. That's the best I can do, okay? I really need to wrap this up in the next 30, 35 minutes. Okay, let's get started. Hello to Elvis, or Love Elvis. Thank you for joining me here on YouTube. I've never seen Love Elvis' name before, but thank you for being here. And hope all is well with you. Hope you're having a fantastic Friday, all of you. Over here on TikTok, what's up to user39? What's up to Alan? Rug Savage in the building. Let's see here. Honky Kong in the building. What's up? Chunk Kong in the building. He said Tropicana, I got the juice. All right, Texan for life. Dakota, thank y'all for joining me today. Brian, Reggie123, Dr. David Russell, Bardo Seaver, Key, Spenders, Slim, Dog, Money Bags, Money Bags, Big Fiend, Mike Will, 25, Francisco Gomez, Frederick, Grand Rising, Kings and Queens. A good afternoon to all of you. G Money, Eric, thank you, Eric, for liking this live stream. And Bennett Bear, thank you for following. All right, y'all. Thank y'all. It's the Great Debate Show. All right, let me go ahead and get into it. Let's get into it. Let's get into it. Let's get into the Michigan stuff first. Get that out of the way. Today I'm here to talk about UFC 319. And again, I've been kind of in and out with the UFC here lately. I would say actually for the past few years. Amanda Nunes retired. She was my GOAT. I kind of stopped watching. Khabib, I liked him too. He retired. So it just had been a lot of people that I come back for. The Dustin Poiriers and Israel Adesanya, some of those guys, you know what I'm saying? Usman. I haven't watched those guys in a while, but those are the people when I see them on the card, okay, let me tune in. I guess I'll pay for this. That's how I kind of roll with the UFC. If y'all do like for me to cover that as well, which I've said I do, I had a few people ask me about UFC 319 and the main event, so I'm about to give you that whole card in a moment here. But first I want to talk about these NCAA penalties that Michigan just got slapped with. And again, Harbaugh. You left as soon as the heat came in the kitchen and you got out of there. And now this brother has to deal with this stuff. I mean, even if they win, they kind of lose. And here's why. NCAA penalties for Michigan. There's a 4-year probation, a $50,000 fine, plus 10% of football team's budget, $50K fine plus 10% of the football team's budget. The fine is equivalent to loss of 2 postseason college football playoff or bowl games. The fine is also equivalent to cost of 10% of all football scholarships, 25% reduction in football official visits, and a 14-week probation on recruiting. 14-week probation on recruiting. Man, that's a lot. Among Michigan's punishments in the NCAA COI ruling, per, I don't know who this guy is, Dan Witzel, Michigan receives a significant fine expected to be more than $20 million from the loss of postseason football revenue for the next 2 seasons. Michigan coach Sheron Moore is given an additional game suspension, which is expected to take place in 2026. The school already proposed a self-imposed 2-game ban for this upcoming season, which is slated for week 3 and week 4. So the head coach right now, he started taking over last year from Jim Harbaugh. As Harbaugh went back to the NFL, he's the coach of the Chargers. Man, it's messed up though. Sheron Moore is given an additional game suspension next season for 2026. Just 1 game, but this year he is banned for week 3 and week 4. So if you wanted to know if Harbaugh got anything, there is one thing that they got him with in Michigan. Also in the Michigan case, the COI ruled a 10-year show cause penalty for Jim Harbaugh and an 8-year show cause penalty for Connor Stallions. The sources tell Dan Witzel. Now, Connor Stallions is the guy who was accused of the signal stealing whenever that was, a few seasons ago at Michigan. So he's got an 8-year show cause penalty and a 10-year show cause penalty for Jim Harbaugh. Jim Harbaugh is probably like, psh, the hell with that. I'm not coming back to college football anytime soon. Okay, that's the Michigan news right now, according to Witzel and Thamel over at ESPN and Yahoo Sports. They got it all. So those are the full Michigan penalties. How do y'all feel about that? I know Michigan fans probably aren't too happy with it. I mean, even if they win, did you hear the part where I said the fine equivalent to the loss of 2 postseason college football? So what happens if they actually made the college football playoffs? Well, I don't get it. It's just going to be a large fine, or they're not going to actually be able to play in that college football? They would have to forfeit, or what? Fine equivalent to the cost of 10% of all football scholarships, also a 25% reduction in football official visits, and a 14-week probation on recruiting. Man, all for signal stealing? Now, somebody broke it down to me a few years ago saying that, or about a year or so ago, Harbaugh's last season in Michigan, somebody told me that if you break it down, and they broke it down, and the way they made it seem, everybody and anybody can do it under the sun, and it's not a big deal, and it doesn't really help you win or lose games. Now, again, I'm a guy with integrity. If it's cheating, it's cheating. Maybe that was a Michigan fan breaking that down to me. I don't know. But when they broke down the terminology of it, they were like, "Hey, man, that's you can do that. You know, like I can read this. I can steal a signal right now just from hand movement or whatever he's doing, and I caught it. No one else might have caught it. But the only reason why it seems like it's cheating is because I went and told my entire sideline what the signal was, or something like that. The way he broke it down, I don't know. But anyway." That is the word coming out of Ann Arbor, Michigan, right there, right now. Okay, got that out of the way. That was the breaking news just about an hour or so, about an hour ago. Okay, keeping it moving. What's up to Nelson Asaru? I guess that's what that says. How you doing, Nelson? He's saying his name is Kyle, but it says Nelson. Well, how you doing, and hope all is well with you. Hello. Thank you for joining me. This is the Great Debate Show. Or Nelson or Kyle. Okay. Keeping it pushing. Thank you for joining me, and I hope you like the content that I'm about to bring you, and I hope you subscribe. Okay. What's up, Copper? What's up, Starvin Marvin? You watch UFC, Unc? I do. I used to be a huge fan of UFC until, like I said, Amanda Nunes retired, Khabib retired. What's his name? Adesanya wasn't in a lot of fights. John Jones was in and out, and we knew his career was coming to an end. So I hadn't really just been watching it like I normally used to from like 2017 up until like 2022. But yeah, I still watch it, and I still keep, my ear in the UFC octagon to see what's going on. And this weekend, tomorrow night, UFC 319, a nice card. Some UFC fans say that this is the best card of the year so far. What do you all say? I'm about to get into that card in one moment. Just let me break down a few more news. Let's see here. The Lakers said they're going to wait on Rui Hachimura's contract. The extension before the season is unlikely because LA wants to keep the books clean, according to Javon Bua. No extension for Rui Hachimura. Okay. I'm trying to see if there's anything else before I get into the card, because once I get into the card, I don't want to talk about anything else. Is Aaron Rodgers going to play in the preseason? Some people say he may. I'd be surprised, but if he does, I would say good for you, Aaron. I mean, that would be great. 20 straight seasons without a repeat champion in the NFC East as far as who's going to win the NFC East. It's the longest streak for any division in NFL history. Now, I've been telling you all about Gematria, and Gematria is supposed to be some kind of geometry with numbers and words and stuff like that involving these games, where some people think that it could be, rigged or fixed. I'm not saying it is. I'm just saying sometimes it does seem like it is. And one thing that I learned when I was kind of gambling pretty heavy a few years back, and my parlays were starting to hit, I thought I was on to something until those parlays stopped hitting, and I'm like, okay, maybe this shit doesn't really work. All I know is this: 7. The number 7 always would hit, whether it would be ending a 7-game losing streak, or whether it would be if this team wins, they can extend their winning streak to 7. It was always something at 777, and it would hit. Another interesting number in Gematria was the number 201, which is a huge number when it comes to the Jesuits and the Jesuit order, with some Catholic stuff that I ain't got time to get deep into right now on this Great Debate Show episode. But 201, I'm bringing it up for a reason. If, just like I told you about the Dallas Cowboys, having 7 straight NFC divisional playoff rounds where they've lost, that streak could come to an end. I don't know when they'll get back to the NFC divisional round, but remember, your uncle said it. The Cowboys may win the next time they have a divisional round playoff game. I know it sounds crazy coming out of my mouth, but if you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth, They may win the next one according to those those Gematria numbers. Now back to the 201. This is where I'm going with it, and I'm gonna wrap it up. 20 straight years, a different team has won the NFC East. This could be the year that finally breaks, meaning the Eagles would probably repeat and be NFC East champions for a consecutive year. That would be the first time that's happened in 20 years. That would make that 201. 20 seasons, and then the -1 would come into it. 20-1, that's still 201 in Gematria. I know that's a lot for people that don't know what the hell I'm talking about. I might as well be speaking Chinese or something. I get it. So I'm going to stop. But I'm just putting that in y'all ear because I have helped some people out and they've hit me back and said, hey man, thank you for the parlay. I even had people cash out me a little bit because they hit on some of these numbers that I'm giving. 201. It would be 201 if the Eagles won the NFC East this season, meaning that the 20-year consecutive streak of teams not repeating the NFC East championship, that would come to an end, which would make it 20-1, 201. So I'm trying to say, I guess the Eagles may win the NFC East again. And the only reason why we'd never pick a team to do it again back-to-back because it's never happened. That streak could come to an end this year. We're going to monitor that as we go by. So just keep that in mind. The Eagles may win the NFC East again. That would make that 201 right. And the Cowboys, whenever they get back to the NFC divisional round, I may put a little change, just a little money, a little change on the Cowboys to actually win it. I know that means they will go to the NFC Championship game, but everything ends at 7. If you think I'm lying, just watch the sports. Look at the screen. When you look at the bottom of the screen and that stuff is scrolling by, notice how many times you see a streak that ended at 7, or the streak is now at 7. Sometimes 5 also. Sometimes 5 also. But 7 almost never misses. It always hits. 9 times out of 10. But I want to say 10 times out of 10, damn near. Okay, I just wanted to just put that in y'all's ear. We were talking about Canelo and Crawford on yesterday. I'm going to the octagon today, from the ring to the octagon. And I want to read an interesting comment that somebody said to me yesterday on TikTok. This is what I said, first of all, yesterday. I told people that Canelo was good, but Canelo was one of the craftiest. Crawford is one of the craftiest dudes that Canelo has ever faced. He ain't faced him yet, but he's about to. And I think he is as crafty as it gets. Canelo has to understand he's going to be in the ring with somebody very crafty, somebody that's got great hand speed, somebody that has a high IQ that people really underrate when it comes to Terrence Bud Crawford. He's got it all he's got longer arms, he's got the pop, he's got the speed, he's got the power. More power than people think he has. That's why nobody's picking him. But I just wanted to and he's a switch hitter. These are the things that I said about Bud Crawford yesterday on why I think he can win. Now, I know Canelo likes to cut people off. He likes to cut the ring off. He likes to get you blocked in, that high guard, and he's going for that power punch every single time. Power punch, power punch, power punch, if he can get it. That's what he's setting you up for. And he makes that look really good when you're in the ring with people like Charlo and all these other bums that he has fought. I think they're kind of bums, though. Anyway, let me read something that somebody else said when I put it out there. Follow me on TikTok. I drop reels after these live streams every day. And you'd be surprised some of the things that people say in those comments. Check it out. And if you have something to say, then you should chime in as well. Here's the comment, and I'm about to get to the UFC 319. Terrence Crawford, this is what somebody said. And they took the words right out of my mouth because I've said some of these things before, about a month or two ago, the last time I covered this fight. Crawford is definitely going to defeat him, talking about Canelo. He's definitely going to defeat him and by a KO in the 10th round after dominating for the previous 9 rounds, but it won't be a surprise to me. Canelo has always been a flat-footed, one-punch headhunter, and to make matters worse for him, he hasn't had any power since he got caught juicing in 2018. He had 38 knockouts before 2018, and now only 1 since then. This will be easy money for Bud Crawford. I just wanted to just say that and repeat that because, well, I kind of agree with everything he said, and I want to thank Two Daylight for that comment. If you're here following me right now, watching on TikTok, I just wanted to give you that shout out, brother, because that was one of the best comments that I had from yesterday off of that Canelo versus Crawford reel that I talked about yesterday as I covered that fight. Where did you hear any lies at, ladies and gentlemen? All that power that people keep telling me that Canelo has, you haven't really saw that since he got caught juicing in 2018. He did have 38 knockouts before 2018 and only one since then. Those are facts. He is flat-footed. He is a one-punch headhunter. Everything he does is to hit you with that power punch. I don't think that's the way you want to, come at Crawford. I just don't think that's a good idea. You're opening yourself up for trouble. But anyway, those were the things that he said. And now, the only thing that I may disagree with is Two Daylight said that he thinks Crawford would knock him out in the 10th. I don't know if it'll be a knockout. And that's just because I know Canelo does have a strong chin. I don't know if he could take Bud's punch or not. We're going to find out. But people just keep telling me that, yeah, but Canelo fights bigger people and he beats them all the time. That's true. But those bigger people are not good. It doesn't mean like they're better because they're bigger. It doesn't. And I'm not trying to discredit Canelo. I'm just saying he doesn't look like the same dude that he once did. And because of the juice, that might have been why he looked so good. All right, I just wanted to say that. One more thing in boxing. The breaking news came through yesterday afternoon that the WBC junior middleweight champion, Sebastian Fundora, will put his title on the line versus Keith Thurman in October, according to Boxing Scene. How do y'all feel about that? That matchup. Let's see here. Yeah, Fundora, 23-1-1, has 15 knockouts, successfully defending his title against Tim Tszyu with a 7-round stoppage in July on the undercard of Manny Pacquiao's majority draw against Mario Barrios. And now he's going to fight at 27 years old. He'll now face the man he replaced as the world champion for his third title defense, and that is Keith Thurman. Thurman is 31-1. He has 23 knockouts, now at the age of 36 years old. He has struggled to stay healthy and has fought only twice since dropping a decision to Pacquiao in 2019. I remember that fight. He was all getting caked up and booed up with his lady in the back, and I was like, man, get away from her. You got a fight coming up. And he came out there to that ring as if he still wanted to be in the bed or something with his lady. Beautiful lady too, but come on, dude, you got to get away from her. I don't know what she did to him or what she put on him before that fight, but it looked like that was his problem. And not discrediting Pacquiao, but people kept telling me Keith Thurman, he's good. I've always thought he was overrated, and he proved that in that 2019 fight against Pacquiao. Again, he's only fought twice since that fight in 2019. Thurman knocked out Brock Jarvis in the 3rd round back in March, and this will be his second fight at 154 after a long reign as the welterweight champion from 16 to 19. So that's it right there. Thurman versus Fundora. And that, did I give you a date on that? No, there's no date yet on when that's going to happen or take place. But yeah, WBC junior middleweight champion, Sebastian Fundora versus Keith Thurman. All right. I think I said it all now. Isaiah Bond, wide receiver from Texas, won't face charges. And he will sign with the Browns after the jury rules no bail on the sexual assault charge that he had, according to ESPN. Rookie wide receiver Isaiah Bond will not face charges, and he will sign with the Cleveland Browns after the jury rules no bail for sexual assault. According to ESPN, the NFL will continue the on-field social justice messaging in the end zone this season. Didn't they start that last year? I don't know. If they didn't, why are they saying that they're not going to stop? Why would they? I don't remember. Brandon Sheriff, retiring. The 5-time Pro Bowl offensive lineman announced his retirement after being inducted to the Iowa Athletics Hall of Fame. And Mike Vrabel, man, bless his heart. The Patriots head coach got buried, breaking up another fight again. He dived into a pile to break it up. Those are the things I do like about Mike Vrabel. And every time somebody gets hurt for his team, he always goes to check on them. Kyle Shanahan never goes to check on his players when they're injured. Okay, everybody says Drake May's going to have a good football season this year. He's going to have a sophomore surge, not a sophomore slump. I didn't know he only had 15 touchdowns and 10 interceptions last year. I didn't know he only had 12 starts. But yeah, okay, 15 and 10 in 12 starts last year in his rookie year. He also had 421 rushing yards and 7.8 yards per rush last season. I am going to play with Drake May on Madden. I hadn't copped it yet. I didn't even realize it was already out, but I think I'm going to play with Drake May because I played with him the other day, and I didn't know he could scramble like that. If he's a dual threat, then I can see why y'all are so high on Drake May. Okay. I think I'm done now. The NBA schedule came out yesterday. Let's see here. Jordan Love was successful with his surgery on his thumb, not on his throwing hand. It's his left thumb. He'll be okay, A-okay. The 76ers are teasing a AI, Allen Iverson retro uniforms. We'll see about that this season. And last but not least, the Knicks, the Lakers, the Thunder, and the Warriors lead the league with 34 national TV or streamed games for the 2025-2026 NBA season, including games aired on ABC, ESPN, NBC, or streamed on Peacock and Prime Video. The NBA is going to be all over the place, streaming everywhere. But I can't wait to see how it looks on NBC. So that's it. A lot of teams have a lot of NBA TV appearances. Joel Embiid, if this is a surprise to anybody, he may not be ready for camp. According to Nick Nurse, he says a lot more decisions need to be made before Joel returns to the court. A lot more decisions? Okay. All right, y'all. Let's get to it. I told y'all about Brian Flores. His lawsuit is headed to trial. I told y'all that versus the NFL. And Roger Goodell, the commissioner, cannot be an arbitrator. All right. Now, UFC 319. Who do y'all have for the victory? We've got DDP versus Chiame, however they say it. They had their face-off on yesterday. And, yeah, we're just 24 hours to go now. A little over 24 hours now before we get, how do you say it, Dricus Duplessis. And Kazmat Chiamai, I can't say that right. Chiame, they're ready for war, and they're going to get it going tomorrow. Tomorrow night. That card kind of looks like this. If I can give you the whole card for tomorrow night. How y'all feel about it? You've got, what's his name? Michael Page versus Canelo. Man, these names in UFC is hard. Very hard. And I hate to botch people's name. Kanonori, he's all right. He definitely can go the distance. He's going to have a match against Michael Page. We've got Elliott against Asakura. We've got Murphy versus Pico. Green versus Ferreira. And Neal versus Prates. And I tell you, Prates, however you say Pirates, I mean, that boy there, he's long. He's got those long arms. He's got a jab. He's got a hell of a punch. I watched a few fights earlier, doing my research to check up on him. And this should be a good fight. The main card, again, I just told you, flyweight is Kei Asakura versus Tim Elliott. The middleweight is going to be Jared Cannonier versus Michael Page. Welterweight is Geoff Neal versus Carlos Prates. And I may have to take Prates, however you say that, with that. Featherweight, Lerone Murphy versus Aaron Pico. And then the middleweight title match, which would be Dricus Duplessis versus Klamach Chiame, however they say it. Y'all, excuse me for botching their names, but UFC 319 will be headlined with those matches. How do y'all see this going? We've got prelims, Barbosa versus Draker Close. Now, Barbosa is all right. I remember him. You've got Diego Ferrero versus King Green. You've got Michael, I don't even want to say that, Oli Keshjuk versus Gerald Mershot. Women's strawweight, Lupi Godinez versus Jessica Andrade. Man. Okay. All right. So UFC 319. How do y'all see this playing out? What's up, B. Wayne in the building? Says Niner get 10 wins with that side schedule, or that sorry schedule is what he probably trying to say. Yeah, 10 wins is exactly what I've got. I think 11-6 is possible, but man, these guys got to get healthy, y'all. They got to get healthy. What's up to Levi Shino? Says, what's chopping, Slime? What's up, man? How's it going? Hope all is well. Hope y'all having a fantastic Friday. Over here at TikTok, I got Jonathan Ship. Yuji Ashawat says, can't wait for the NBA theme on NBC, though. Me too. Me too. Can't wait for that. Okay, what's up to GTim216? What's up to Memphis 10 Trail? Carlo Ancelotti. Is Gervonta overrated? No, I don't think he is. But that's just my opinion. And I think that fight is back on now. Lamont Roach versus Gervonta Davis 2. I think we're going to get that again now that Tank is cleared from that domestic violence stuff that he was caught up in. They did no contest, no something. And so he's good on that. Let's see if he's going to go ahead and have this fight. A lot of people have been telling me, hey, your boy ducking him, man. Your boy ducking Lamont. He didn't have his best fight against Lamont. But he didn't lose that fight either now, y'all. So let's see. Can he come back and can he beat him this time? We're going to see. Canelo for the W says 1-6-14. Everybody's saying that, man. I disagree, but you all should be right. I just think Bud Crawford has a habit of making people wrong. He said, and still, the WBC, WBO, WBA middleweight champion of the world. I don't know. We'll see if they say that. We will see. Thank you for the comment, 1-6. We got Paco Taco, 1975, says Fundora will win. Okay, I think you're probably right. Keith Thurman is overrated. Keith Thurman is not fought enough. Now, he did just have a victory back in March, but yeah, you're probably right, though, Paco Taco. Thank you for the comment. What's up, Andy Valdez? Thank you for following. Carlo. I got Canelo winning, says Paco Taco. I feel you. Everybody does. Everybody does. Charlo better than Canelo. So, well, why didn't he win? Carlo talking about Charlo. Hold on. Are you talking about the brother that hasn't fought Canelo yet, or the one that got his ass whooped by Canelo? Somebody told me yesterday that Charlo is better than Bud Crawford. So Crawford doesn't have a chance against Canelo. I disagree wholeheartedly. Yuji said because he's older, he's using his brain just as much, if not more now. Canelo will win. As if Bud Crawford doesn't have a brain? You don't think he has a brain? He has a high IQ. But we're not going to debate about who's smart or who's not. That's your opinion, and we will see, Yuji. I just hope all of you all come back if you're wrong. If Bud Crawford wins and you're all wrong and I'm right, I just hope y'all can at least come back and have the decency to say, hey, you was right. You was right. We were wrong. But y'all won't show up. I know you probably won't, right? Yuji said, yo, bang, bang, Niner gang, fam. Okay, so that's something we agree with. We're both Niners. Bang, bang, Yuji. Bang, bang. What's up to 76 T Smith? Thank you for joining me. Also to Deborah 46. Thank you, Deborah. Starvin Marvin. What's up with you? Yes, I watch UMC. Starvin Marvin said, damn. Steel Dre's in the building. Thank you, Steel Dre, for sharing the live videos. Dre, you do that every day. Join me every day. I just want to say I appreciate you, brother. Thank you so much, King. Too Greedy in the building. Let's see here. What did he say? 1v1 for all your belts, Jack. I like that. Just kidding. All your belts, Jack. You sound like you could cut a good promo too, brother. I mean, that's how they used to do it back in the day. Let me tell you something, Jack. Boy, when I get you in that ring Monday night at the Mid-South Coliseum, I'm talking about Memphis wrestling now. Man, Memphis wrestling used to be the shit back in the day. USWA, whatever you called it. Jerry the King Lawler used to put up some good stuff. If anybody knew this, and I'm not trying to switch the subject, did you know that a lot of things that Vince McMahon and the WWE did in the mid to late 90s came from Jerry Lawler's idea, or things that he had already done and used before here in the Mid-South. And then Vince McMahon was like, y'all are kind of crazy down there in the Mid-South territory. Then he started using it. WCW even used something that Jerry Lawler had did before. I want to say Jerry the King Lawler had Sensational Queen Sherry was in town for an event, one of the Monday night shows that they used to have every time. And I think it was Sherry. If it wasn't, it was somebody else. And then Sherry just emulated it in the WCW. I'm not sure. But either way, I want to say it was Sherry. Jerry Lawler came to help. I don't know if it was Eddie Gilbert and Bill Dundee or somebody, but I think it was Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert in the match. Jerry Lawler came to help because he was getting his ass whooped. It was a cage. Jerry Lawler was the first person to grab Sensational Sherry from the top of the cage as she was climbing up trying to get over and help out. She done that same thing at Bash at the Beach. Halloween Havoc in '94 when Hogan versus Flair, when we got there for the first time in WCW. If anybody can remember Hogan and Flair, Halloween Havoc '94, one of the better pay-per-views in WCW history. Everything that happened toward that end, all of that booking, that came from Jerry Lawler in Memphis, Tennessee. If you don't believe me, try to YouTube it. It'll pop up. I saw that a long time ago and I was like, wow, y'all got that from Jerry the King Lawler. And that's why Jerry's the king of Memphis. I just wanted to say that. Now, let's keep it pushing. Everything that they've done is not new under the sun. I know I praise Vince McMahon in his heyday for being the GOAT, but he stole stuff too. All right. UFC 319, y'all. Who y'all got? Y'all got what's his name? Duplessis? Or y'all going with Charmaine? Now, from what I've seen, Duplessis got some strength. He's got some power with his punch. He's also a great grappler. He would prefer to wrestle with you on the mat. I was looking at his match last night with Adesanya, the one where he beat Israel Adesanya, and good match. It's not that Adesanya did have problems. You know, y'all know how long Adesanya is. He had problems getting his punch. He was slower. He couldn't really counter. But when he did get in, he got in. And every time he got a good shot at Duplessis would get him on the mat. And that's the one thing I hate about UFC at times, is when a motherfucker can't throw hands with you, they quick to get you down. You know? Like, damn, I was about to whoop your ass. And now you're trying, and that's the name of the game, though. I get it. You know, if you fought Khabib in the ring, you could throw hands all day with him, but if he gets you on the mat, you're going to lose that match. Conor McGregor, he could throw hands. Khabib really couldn't. But if you got Conor McGregor on the mat, you were probably going to win that match versus Conor McGregor. So Duplessis is kind of a mixture of both. He can throw hands with you a little bit. He's got some strength. He's got some power. But he would prefer to get your ass on the ground. Because when he gets you on the mat, he's hell. From what I see from what's his name? How y'all say his first name? Khamzat? Charmaine? Charmaine, he prefers to just wrestle, from what I've seen. I forgot who that was he had a match with that I watched on the UFC YouTube stuff just last night. But when I was trying to catch up on some things, from what I saw, he can't take a punch, though, from Duplessis. Now, I'm hearing a lot of people say that Charmaine is going to break him down and he's going to take his wheel. He probably can do that on the mat. But DDP can get you on the mat, and he can also whoop your ass standing. He would prefer not to if you got him with the throwing hands. But if you can't throw hands better than him, I think it's going to be a long day. So I guess I'm saying DDP is going to win this match. He's just got too much strength and power. And if dude get caught with one of them, I don't know. Let me see what y'all are saying right now, because I want to hear y'all thoughts. I've left UFC for a little minute, and I'm just coming back. But one of the main reasons why is I get to see the pay-per-views, and I don't have to pay for them anymore once they go over to CBS and Paramount. That's a good thing. Thank you, Dana White. Okay. Bud winning. Pinocchio knows. Okay, I guess he's saying I'm lying. Hold on. Shane Riley, do you think the 49ers have made Purdy play out his rookie? Oh, should have made him play out his rookie contract. Yes. Yes, I do. And I think he's still overpaid. How can he prove me wrong, though? Take this team to the playoffs. elevate this team, even though we don't know who the #1 wide receiver is until Brandon Ayuk returns. But thank you for the comment, Shane. What do you think? RP says, yeah, Bud winning. Are you being sarcastic? Bud is winning that belt. Okay, no, he's being serious. Thank you for the comment, RP. I agree with you, and I hope we're both right. I hope so. They're not going to let me hear the end of it if I get this wrong, but I just want to say again, I'm supposed to be wrong. I'm going against the grain here. It's easy for y'all to say Canelo's going to win. That's easy. That's like saying the Chiefs are going back to the Super Bowl this year. Duh. They're in every Super Bowl. I'm going against the grain here, but I'm going to look like a genius if I get it right, because I'm telling you why he'll win. Nobody's really telling me why Canelo will win other than he's just bigger and he's going to bully him. All right? We've all had that bully before that we finally got the best of him, right? I got my ass whooped many a times by a bully, but he was like 15 and I was like 9. But after like 3 or 4 fights, I finally got his ass. David can get Goliath sometimes. We'll see. Bud is winning that belt, says RP. Jojo Mojo said it's a 50-50, to be honest. I like 50-50. That means it's going to be a good fight. I think he's talking about the UFC fight now. Jojo Mojo said either Khamzat gets him out in the first 2 or DDP will out cardio him. Hold up now. So are you telling me that Khamzat, however you say it, you telling me that he could get rid of DDP in the first 2 rounds? I didn't know he was a knockout artist. From what I saw, it looks like he's just as much as a grappler as DDP. I haven't seen enough matches from him then. Thank you for the comment, JoJo. That's informative for me, because I really don't know. I'm sorry. One thing about me, I'll tell you what I know and I'll tell you what I don't know. DDP is a multiple kickboxing champ. He doesn't need to get you on the ground or to the ground. Izzy is just also very good. Okay, I got you. The match I saw, he won it. Again, he done this, and I explain why. He done this because it was Israel Adesanya. And Adesanya he's just too long for him. He's got that good reach, and he had to get him on the mat. And that's what he did every time he got caught with one of those straight rights or a jab. He would get him to the mat. But I hear you, he doesn't have to get most of his opponents to the mat because he's got some power with his punches. He does. I saw that. So, who you got, JoJo? I mean, like, just, if somebody had a gun to your head right now, who would you take? I hear what you're saying. DDP is a multiple kickboxing champ, and he doesn't need to get him to the ground. You also said it's a 50-50. You also said that if Khamzat doesn't get him out in the first 2, then DDP's going to out-cardio him. Which one is going to happen, though? Is DDP going to out-cardio him and get the victory, or is he going to go down in 2? Which one is it going to be? What's up, the Wick son in the building? I don't even know who that is. He says you look like Michael Johnson, but bigger. Michael Johnson. Who is that? I'm just trying to see if it's an insult. Well, I guess you really can't say it's a compliment either, can you? Thank you again for the comment, Wick son. Would you give DDP the pass? I think I would. He's just got a little bit more power, and he does a little bit of both. He can get you to the mat, choke you out, anaconda vice, arm lock, break your arm, make you tap, or he can punch you and get some good shots in standing. So yeah, from what I see, man, I don't know. It'll be hard for DDP to lose this match. I don't know. Who's favored to win? I need to check see what ESPN bet or what FanDuel has. Who they have favored on this. Canelo too big, says Wick son. Yeah, that's what I hear. That's what they say, huh? We will see. He's too big, but will that matter? They said the same thing about George Foreman when he went against Muhammad Ali. It just made George Foreman his fall to the mat. It was just even harder. said it was a loud thump when he hit that mat. The bigger you are, sometimes the harder they fall. That's all. That's all that says to me. Shane says, I agree with you 100%. Thank you, Shane. He's probably talking about the Niners. Bang, bang, Shane. He could be talking about these fights. Either way, thank you for agreeing. Donald Berry in the building. I think Tank is going to destroy Roach in this next fight. I hope you're right, too, Donald. I hope you're right. I love Tank. He wasn't Tank, though, in that last fight. It just seemed like he was just focused on everything other than Lamont Roach in the ring. He was looking at people at ringside. He was just, I don't know what the heck, took his eye off of him for a minute. I don't know what the hell Tank was smoking or whatever he had going on. He didn't lose the fight, but he didn't win it either. And I hope you're right, though, Donald Berry. Thank you for the comment. I think he is going to take care of business. Those charges are dropped now. He's cleared. Come on, Tank. And again, I always bet on Tank to win in 8. Now, the last fight, that didn't happen, but thank God I didn't even bet. I didn't even bet. I'm glad I didn't. Only reason why I didn't is because I kind of forgot when the fight was, and I got to it late. So I was like, oh, fuck it. But I've always won betting on Tank Davis to knock somebody out in 8. Just thought I'd give you that. I'm not saying do it. Put the house mortgage on it. I'm just saying that I've won that every single time. Tank Davis in 8. Shane Riley. Jojo Mojo, submission artist. Which one is the submission artist? DDP or Kazmat? Shane Riley said, do you think if we did make it to the Super Bowl and had to face KC, I think we could beat them on a 3rd try? The only reason why I would agree with that, Shane, and again, I'm tired of seeing the Kansas City Chiefs in the Super Bowl. Hell, everybody's tired of seeing the Chiefs and 49ers, the Chiefs and Eagles in these Super Bowls. I would just say these other teams need to get better. But let me say this. The only reason why I would say we would beat them this time around is totally a conspiracy theory for me. We won 5 Super Bowls, our first 5. Now we've lost 3 straight. That whole Gematria stuff I was talking about, which is basically geometry with words and numbers or whatever. Now that we've lost 3 straight Super Bowls, I could see us finally winning a Super Bowl again now. But then again, I've also been on the record to say that I think the NFL might have cursed us and might have said that you'll never win a Super Bowl again after the gambling scandal that Eddie DeBartolo Jr. was caught with, and they pretty much took the team from him. I don't care if the sister and the nephew, Jed York, does have the team. They pretty much took it from DeBartolo. But if we were going to win again, that would be my theory on why. Just let them just play football. I don't think Kyle Shanahan will ever outcoach Andy Reid, because he is the new Andy Reid. The coach, as I've always said. Again, I love my Niners, but I'm going to keep it real. I have to keep it real. I think Kyle Shanahan is the coach. The greatest choke artist of all time. I'm sick of him. I'm sorry. I'm just sick of him. The way he uses his players, the way he runs them in the ground. I just think as much as he has gotten us back on the map and has us competitive, that's all fine, and I'm appreciative too. I am. And I understand why he won't get fired, because Jed York doesn't want to go back to those days, but come on, man. You can't keep getting us this close and we still don't win it. At some point, you know? How many times can you get this close but not close? Thank y'all for the comments, though. I think Kazmat mauls DDP and submits him in the 1st round? Damn. Well, that is his specialty. Submitting. That is his specialty. But DDP is pretty good at that, too. And DDP can hit you with some haymakers. He stunned Adesanya. That's how he beat him. He was able to stun him with one of those punches, those power punches. And then, once again, his grappling, he got him down and he caught him in that chokehold. He had to go ahead and tap. But I'm going to say this, though. I have not watched Kazmat that much. So, hey, Wick son, if you think that's what's going to happen, I ain't here to debate that with you. Because one thing about me, I'm going to tell you, I don't know. But I'm going to watch it. This one I'm going to watch. I've been told 319, 319, 319. Watch it. So I will. All right, y'all. It's about time for me to go pay them bills. Michael Johnson is a UFC fighter. I'm thinking of the track runner from way back in the day. We had a Michael Johnson that ran track for the Olympics back in the day, USA Olympics. That's probably before your time if you're young, which you probably are. But thank you, Wick Son. Michael Johnson, the UFC fighter. I wish I was as skilled as he is. Because you can't be a UFC fighter and not have any skills. You wouldn't win any fights. Okay. Jadida Harper says Blue Jays took advantage of a slumping Cubs team. They got to figure their shit out. Cubs are too good to look like they have since the All-Star break. Baseball news there. I got you. Blue Jays have been kind of whooping some ass here lately, hadn't they? Honestly, DDP looks so non-technical. It's so funny. So non-technical. Put on some game. Put us on some game. Give us predictions. I want to bet. I'm going DDP. From what I saw, I was impressed. I mean, he was able to beat Adesanya, one of the best. I like how this guy's a champ. I'm like, how is this guy a champ? Oh, you mean DDP? I take it Wick's son is not a fan of DDP, and he doesn't think he can win. I'm going to give you my prediction. I say DDP gets the win. Liam says DDP is the favorite. I think he probably should be. But now, that depends on what that plus is for Kajmat. What's the plus? If it's a nice little plus, yeah, I might put a little change on him. I might. We'll see what Duplessis can do, though, man. Wick's son said I got Bud winning. Thank you. Okay, me too. We agree on that. DDP the favorite now. He was a big underdog. Oh. So I wonder what changed that. Anybody know? Enlighten me. MMA clears every sport, says Wick's son. Harper says the way he runs them into the ground like father, like son. Yeah, there you go. There you go, Jadida Harper. You said a bar right there. That's a bar. I've said that many times on this podcast before. That's exactly what he does, just like his father. He's talking about Kyle Shanahan now, head coach of my 49ers. Yeah, he ran CMC in the ground till he got hurt. Got him healthy, ran him back in the ground, and got him hurt again last season. Got Trey Lance hurt. Back in the day, he was calling plays for his father in Washington. Got RG3 hurt. Kyle Shanahan, you saw what he did with Clinton Portis. Ran him in the ground. All right, that's enough with you. Let me get Champ Bailey. Yeah, that's what they do. They're slave drivers. And they don't care what color you are. You see what they do to CMC and Kittle? Kittle's blocking all day. So underutilized. That was a good comment, Harper. Shane Riley, I agree 100 about what you said about Kyle. When do you think they will say enough is enough and move on? This would need to happen. They would need to miss the playoffs and have a bad year again. 2 back-to-back seasons. Jed York has got to at least consider firing him. Now, I just heard somebody say this morning that if Nick Sirianni hadn't have made the Super Bowl and won it, he probably would have got fired. And they were good. If Shanahan has 2 bad years where they missed the playoffs, 6 wins or less, I don't care if they go 8-9. It's still missing the playoffs. You know? So I would say that 1 more year of missing the playoffs, that would be it. That should be it. All right, y'all. It's time for me to get out of here. Go pay some bills. Will Khamzat Chimaev, will he take the title from Dricus Du Plessis, Mr. DDP? Bang! DDP's diamond cutter made my top 5 wrestling finishers of all time. I did that a few weeks ago. If you want to check that episode out, it's available on my YouTube channel. Just go to The Great Debate Show. Type in The Great Debate Show on YouTube. If you want to check that and any other episodes out from the past few weeks, past few months. It's been a great summer. We've had some great content, great episodes, great comments from the audience. I've had people come in as guests on TikTok. We've just had some great shows, and I've had a lot of fun engaging with the audience. So I just wanted to say thank you all for coming in and joining me and watching. Yesterday was a great day. I had nearly 4,000 people on YouTube during the 2-hour stream. That's the best that I've done so far, and I just want to say I appreciate that. We were talking Canelo and Crawford. That tells me I need to talk Canelo and Crawford again a lot more next week, because it was a whole lot more traffic than it is today. But hey, man, I cover it all. I didn't know whether you're going to be interested in the UFC or not. Some of you are. I just don't have enough in here today, though. But anyway, are y'all watching the fight tomorrow night? And if so, how much is it going to cost me? Because I'm going to go ahead and order it. The reason why I stopped watching a lot of the UFC fights is because they make you pay for the pay-per-view, even though I already have ESPN Plus, Hulu, Disney Plus in the bundle thing. I've got all those bundled in my streaming services, and they still say, not so fast, Unc. $69.99, $59.99, whatever it costs, $79.99. I mean, like, or I don't know how much it costs, but I wasn't paying. I can't wait till it goes to CBS, Paramount, and I can watch them for free. But I will pay for this one, I guess. Is it going to be worth my while? I hope so. I really do. All right. I talked about Michigan and their suspension and all of that stuff. I talked about UFC 319. And I'm going to put together a mean little parlay. And if I come up with something nice, I'm going to drop it and do a quick live stream before they ring the bell tomorrow night. If I can come up with a nice little parlay, I'm going to come up with one. I mean, it's wide open right now, you know, wide open. With the main card alone, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fights for the main event. That's a nice 5-leg parlay if I can get them all right. I'm trying to figure out why DDP is the favorite now at the last minute. It's almost like they want you to bet on DDP, which tells me he's going to lose. I pay attention to the gambling part too, because I know it's a violent sport, but I still think it's sometimes scripted violence. I'm sorry. Sometimes this was what I see. All right. DDP gets handled, I think. There we go again. Somebody else. Nobody has confidence in DDP. So, damn. Khamzat is that good? I wasn't that impressed when I saw him. I mean, like, he's all right, but Duplessis was kind of getting on my nerves, too. Every time he took a shot, he would try to get you on the mat. I hate that shit, but that's the name of the game. That's why McGregor fitted fine in the boxing ring with Mayweather, because that's all he does in the octagon is throw hands. But he was good at it. But we knew if somebody got him on the mat, damn, McGregor finna lose another one, y'all. And that's what would happen. Okay. That's it. That's all I got, y'all. Everybody's telling me DDP's not going to win. How do you feel about tomorrow? The fight or the Niners? Oh, he's got to be talking about the Niners. His name is E. Walton Niners. I think that we just got to try to get through this preseason and not get any more bodies dropping. Everybody's injured for our Niners right now. Can I say that without being called a 40 whiner? We're just saying that we got injuries. Y'all call us a whiner for any damn thing. Thank you for the comment, though, Walton. Yes, Jeff says, let's go Niners. Bang, bang, Jeff. Can we just stay healthy? Ricky Miller, 247. Thank you for following. Easy money. Set the rolls times 2. Thank you, Easy. Kajmat is a serious dude. He must be. He must be. And my apologies, y'all, if I'm wrong with my, analysis. I have admitted that I don't know much about him. I just tried to get caught up to speed last night, and I fell asleep on some of those fights that I was watching. But I was impressed with what DDP did to Adesanya. I was. And the match that I saw, Chame fight, I think it was him against, who was that he beat? Man, I forgot, but he did take care of him pretty quick. But I think he choked him out. Y'all making me think that I may need to go put my money on Chame. I mean, like, I need to see what the plus is. It's got to be a plus if DDP is the favorite now. I like underdogs now. I love underdogs. That makes that parlay ticket even better. So, we'll see. I'm going to come back, and I'm going to hit y'all with a parlay, and I'm going to see if y'all agree with that parlay or not. Or maybe y'all can hit me with one. and we're going to work it out, and we're going to try to win some money tomorrow night. That's too many matches for us not to get a good $700, $500 to $700, $800, $1,000 maybe. If we put 25, 40, 50 bucks on a nice 4 or 5 leg parlay. Let's see if we can pull it off. Shall we? Okay. I thank y'all for joining me, man. It's the Great Debate Show. I do this weekdays, noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific. Sometimes I pop up on the weekend on a Saturday or a Sunday, depending on what happens over the weekend or something that I might have found, some developing stories that I missed that I want to hit y'all with, because I like to be caught up when we get back to Monday. So subscribe to the Great Debate Show on YouTube, because you never know when I may pop up. That's why you need to hit the button. Sometimes we pop up in somebody's algorithm and then they never see us again. So if you like what I'm bringing you with this content, go ahead and subscribe now. Hit that notification bell. So when I pop up, I'm going to pop up. You never know when that'll be. All right, Marco, you late, Marco Adams. Thank you for joining me. Everybody's telling me DDP's going to get beat, man. So maybe I'm wrong. I probably just watched the wrong fight. You know, like you can watch one fight, get impressed by that person, see them go up against somebody else totally different and be like, oh shit, he don't look that good against him. Matchups, so important. But we're going to see. We're going to see, y'all. I may come back tomorrow and talk about that fight afterwards, or I may just hit y'all up with a parlay if I can come up with a good mean one before they step into the octagon. All right, that's all I got, y'all. Until we yeet again, I think I'll be back tonight for Friday Night SmackDown. I think. We won't see Brock Lesnar till September the 12th and the 19th. So I don't know if we'll see Cena or not. Maybe him and Logan Paul. Yeah, we probably will see him because... No, I don't know. I don't know if we'll see Cena and Logan Paul tonight or not. I'm waiting to see if they're going to announce the September 20th PLE. Bad Blood. That's the rumor that I'm hearing according to dirt sheets. We're going to see if they're going to announce that. Because if they do, that's when we're getting Brock Lesnar and John Cena. We understand we've got Cena and Logan Paul for Clash in Paris. That's August 31st. Today's August 15th. We may or may not see Cena tonight. Probably not. We'll see. I don't think SmackDown's going to be too good tonight, though, but we'll see. The rumor of Naomi being pregnant in the WWE. We don't know if that's true or false. We don't know if she's pregnant, if she's injured, or she just stayed out of Canada because her husband, Big Jimmy, is banned from Canada. That might have been all it is. Nobody said anything yet. We'll find out. All right. That's all I got until we yeet again. And Steel says it's filmed. And Steel who? DDP will still be the champion, or Canelo Alvarez will still be the champion? All right, y'all. I'm out. Y'all be safe and have a great weekend. Leaving home and returning home later that day is so underrated these days with the things that go on. I had a road rage incident earlier this week, and lucky for him, I was in another vehicle, didn't have my shit with me in my truck, and I wouldn't be here to talk to y'all to tell y'all about it. But yeah, we were on the highway, and it got hectic. It got hectic, and I just thank God. I thank the Lord or the universe, you know, that I did not have my strap with me. And I thank God that I didn't follow him. So y'all be safe out there, man. I mean, I'm telling you, the stuff that goes on. He was trying to cut me out the highway. He kept getting in front of me and breaking and shit, flipping me off. And it's like, dude, just leave me the fuck alone. That could have went really, really, really bad. For one of us or for the both of us. But either way, I wouldn't be here to tell you because I'd be dead or in jail. So y'all be safe this weekend. It's some fucked up people out here in this world. Even if your life is miserable, you ain't gotta treat people like shit. Because when you do that, your life will continue to be miserable. It'll get better if you just be kind and be right. Treat people right. Anyway, that's all I got to say. It's very, very, very underrated for people to think that when they leave home and then they're going to make it back home that same day, that evening. That's very underrated. Because a lot of people cannot say the same. Like the guy that just got killed in Chicago over a chain. It's crazy out here, y'all. Crazy. All right. Till we eat again. Y'all be safe out there. Peace. Let's see who's going to win that fight. Maybe I just like saying DDP.